Hi, everybody. Welcome to the AV room on a Saturday night. I'm about to go hit the tri state area, drink everything in sight. Nah, I'm just kidding. I stay home. I'm an old man these days. But what I did do tonight was decide I was going to listen to more records than just Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. I listen to the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack every Saturday night. So tonight I decided I was going to do something different. So the first one I started playing was this soft cell. This is Tainted Love, Where Did Our Love Go? With side two being Memorabilia and the Tainted Dub. This thing got a lot of play when I was in junior high. This is a pressing on Sire Records from 1981. Would have made me 11 years old. And I appreciate something now that I didn't appreciate then, that this is a 45 RPM. Can you see that there? So 45 RPM, you get way better fidelity. Now this is nothing fancy. This is on the Sire label. And you can see there, that's a 45 RPM. And I took really good care of my records when I was a kid, and this is in meticulous shape. The funny thing is, I don't ever remember this being a 45 RPM record. Go figure. It took me until I was 55 to go ahead and finally figure that out. So Tainted Love, Where Did Our Love Go? The really cool track on here, I love Memorabilia. If you've never heard Memorabilia, look it up. It's a jam. Tainted Dub, the 9:25, 9 minutes 25 seconds remix, that's probably what I used to dance to in the goth clubs back in Detroit, was that number. But this is an awesome 45 RPM. If you can find it, look this up and get a hold of this thing. Now, another one I've been playing this evening was, okay, hold your horses, Steely Dan. This is doesn't surprise anybody. In fact, I'm wearing my Steely Dan pin here right now on my jacket. Let's see if I can get this off and show you my Steely Dan pin. This is my Steely Dan pin. Can you see that? So Steely Dan, I lost a button on this jacket. Steely Dan has replaced that button. But this is Steely Dan. This is called Asia versus the Scam, Volume 2. Now, what is this? You said, I never heard of this Steely Dan album. Yeah, this is a radio broadcast from 2009. This is a Boston radio broadcast from 2009 that somebody bootlegged and pressed on vinyl. Now, this is volume 2. I don't have volume 1. I got to find volume 1. But this has, side 1 has the Fez, Green Earrings, Haitian Divorce, Everything You Did. It has side B, The Royal Scam, Hey 19, Band Introductions, Love Is Like an Etching in My Heart. Side C, double album, has Black Friday, The Boston Rag, and Dirty Water. And side D has My Old School, Last Tango in Paris, and Pretzel Logic. This is a really, really clean broadcast. Whoever did it did a fantastic job, probably from the soundboard. Now, this is, like I said, this is a double. This is a gift from a client, a tattoo client I had. They got me this. There's the labels on this. So you got a picture of Walter on one side with Donald, and then the label and the song listings on the other side. And it's the same on both vinyls. But yeah, Asia versus the Scam, Volume 2. Tim from University of Vinyl, do you have this one? You better find it. And I want to find Volume 1. Sometime I'm gonna get Volume 1. I'm gonna stumble across it. I'm gonna find it out there in the wild. I haven't looked it up or ordered it. If you don't remember, I'm in Midland, Texas, and I don't have record stores. So I have to order most things. Now, this is one I picked up locally a couple months ago. This is Stevie Nicks. This is The Wild Heart. This is a great album. This has got Stand Back on it. The big hit was Stand Back. It also has a Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers number, I Will Run to You, on this. If you've not listened to The Wild Heart in a long time, give it a listen. It's a fantastic album. You can't go wrong with any Stevie Nicks. Wild Heart, the opening track, Enchanted, Nightbird. I mean, this is just a wonderfully recorded album by Jimmy Iovine, who I believe signed her, managed her on WIA. So yeah, and here's what stood out. Now, this is crazy. I bought this locally. I'm in Midland, Texas. I'm a Detroit kid, but I moved to Texas. And this Sometimes when I find records in the wild here, I find really odd things, and I find a lot of Mexican pressings, and that's what this is. This is a Mexican pressing. I'm going to hold it up, but I'm also going to do an insert so you can see it closer. But all the track listings are in Spanish. So the Wild Heart Mexican pressing. And this is uber clean. And I'll tell you one thing, since I've been buying records here out in the wild, since I moved to Texas, people take care of their records here in Texas. I'm telling you, in Michigan, it looked like you ran them over a railroad track. But here in Texas, these things are mint. And I got this like for $1 at a garage sale. Oh, I mean, it's fantastic. So yeah, but those are what I was listening today. And the last one that I've been listening to, played this one a few times. This is a killer. If you're a fan of this movie, you're a fan of soundtracks, look this thing up. This is Scarface. Scarface by Giorgio Moroder. Now, this is a soundtrack that I've been looking for a long time. This is the music from the film, not the songs. When this movie came out, there was a song track, right? We call those song tracks when it's just the songs, like Footloose or Saturday Night Fever. But this is a soundtrack. So this took forever to get released. I've got a reel-to-reel of all the tracks that had been bootlegged, generally from the DVD releases. And I thought there's no way in hell they're going to get all these tracks on vinyl. Guess what? It's a double. It's a double vinyl LP soundtrack for Al Pacino's Scarface by Giorgio Moroder. I'm a huge Giorgio Moroder fan. Now, this thing was put out by La La Land Records. If you know anything about La La Land, they put out some stellar soundtracks. And I pre-ordered this thing. This was released, I believe, 2 years ago. And I pre-ordered it as soon as I heard about it. And it quickly sold out. And I think they found some extra copies at the beginning of this year, if I'm not mistaken. And I actually texted them and I said, "Wow, you repressed it, huh?" They said, "No, they found extras and they just put them up for sale and it sold out." So to my knowledge, this has not been repressed. So if you're a Giorgio Moroder fan, or if you know anything about Giorgio Moroder, he did the soundtrack. He won an Oscar for Midnight Express. He did Metropolis, when they re-released that with all the modern songs, like Freddie Mercury had a song on there. Was it Radio Gaga? And yeah, Scarface by Giorgio Moroder. The World Is Yours, it says there. Now it's a double LP, and this is a beautiful, stellar pressing. Comes with this fantastic, look at this booklet. It has this full color booklet. And if you grew up I saw this at the movies when I was a kid. One of the very few movies that I ever had an intermission. And I remember my dad took me. It was a Christmas movie, came out during Christmas time in December. And it was controversial, to say the least. It doesn't seem so controversial these days, or does it? Maybe it does. But it is hands down one of Al Pacino's greatest films. And the soundtrack, the Giorgio Moroder synthesizer soundtrack, is to die for. It's so damn good. I wish I could blast it and show you the sonics. It sounds fantastic. Now, this came out in a couple different color pathways. I believe there was a black, there was a cocaine white, and I got the chainsaw version. This was a chainsaw bone and blood splatter version. It's got his logo there on it, gold on one side, blood on the other side. And there, from the feel of it, this feels like 180 gram. It's a big, thick slab. It's the same on both, but I'll show you. There's A and B. There's A and there's B. How cool is that? I'm a huge Scarface fan. If you grew up in the 80s, you're a Scarface fan. This was one of those movies that all the kids talked about on the playground when this movie came out. Did you see Scarface? Now, I had the song track when I was a kid. Imagine an 11-year-old listening to songs about cocaine. Debbie Harry had a song on there called Rush Rush. She says, "Give me yayo." You know what yayo is? So Scarface by Giorgio Moroder. This is a Saturday night jam, especially if you're young and you're partying, maybe if you live in New York. Or if you live in Florida, play some Scarface, Giorgio Moroder. Give this a listen if you don't know anything about this. And if you do, and you like Giorgio Moroder, look up this La La Land soundtrack. So that's just 4 quick ones for you on a Saturday. I'm taping this on a Saturday. I'm gonna put this back on and turn it way up. Time to piss off the wife. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Nobody watched my last video. I did it for me. It was on Guns N' Roses, on an obscure Tommy Stinson leaked song. If you're somewhat interested in Guns N' Roses, or you're a Tommy Stinson replacements, bash and pop fan, go watch it. Give that video some love. I did it for me. I did it for me. In fact, somebody left a comment and said, "You've got 34 people to watch this. Good on you." I know, I know. I actually told my wife, nobody's going to watch this. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this short one. Like and subscribe, and I will see you soon in the AV room.